Going for a triple crown. Wales going for 80 minutes will be their ambition. Stephen Jones to start, and we're off at Croke Park. Jordan Murphy makes the first catch. The tackle by Jamie Roberts. Thomas O'Leary to Jonathan Sexton. Lee Byrne and Lee Halfpenny, Shane Williams sorted it out in the end. Slight confusion. Richie Rees waits at scrum half and actually steps over the ball, leaving it for the forwards. Jonathan Thomas drives on. Here is Rees. Stephen Jones. Jordan Murphy has time to make the mark. Good afternoon, Philip Matthews.
Good afternoon, Eddie. It was interesting to see Jonathan Sexton electing not to go to touch first off, and indeed Wales the same. Maybe both teams want to keep the ball in field today.
Stephen Jones cleverly kept the ball in play and cleverly ushers Keith Earls out of play. Wales will have an attacking line-out.
They will, and this is an area they're really going to want to get consistent possession, because if Wales are going to play for 80 minutes, they need to establish a decent platform of consistent possession up front. They don't want to be playing off scraps.
Ireland steal the first Welsh throw, which receives a massive cheer. Cian Healy tries to run around the Welsh tacklers. Thomas O'Leary towards Lee Halfpenny. Infield is Lee Byrne.
Full lads red.
Beautifully taken by Lee Byrne, one of his specialities, the pursuit of his own kick. Rees to Stephen Jones. James Hook threads one through. Jordan Murphy read it well.
Recton red.
Ireland with a 3-on-2 here. David Wallace released on the outside, beats Martin Williams, beats Lee Byrne. Ireland breaking out from their 22, and still they have numbers. This time Paul O'Connell with the dummy, and the penalty advantage being played for Ireland. Brian O'Driscoll. Not a big enough advantage. The penalty goes back to the middle of the field.
Well, already a couple of things that Wales really don't want to see repeated, and that is not winning their own throw, and this is the second one. Missed tackles. They can't afford to. They're up against probably one of the best defences themselves in the Six Nations. Ireland's defence largely has been rock solid, and Wales' defence today has got to be rock solid. But what Paul O'Connell does so well is he reads opposition lineouts. He's not just a good offensive lineout player, he's a smart defensive lineout player as well. He gets himself in the air, and Wales are going to have to bring a lot more movement into those lineouts to keep Paul O'Connell guessing, because it looks like he's predicted the first lineout from the off.
It's a rare thing about this game that on only six occasions in the last 26 matches has there been a victory for the home team. But here's Jonathan Sexton with a chance to put Ireland, the home side, into the lead. No score at Croke Park.
Well, Jonathan Sexton was probably pushing his kicks against England, pushing him outside the far post. He's just pulled that first one, maybe just a little bit of anxiety in that one, keen to get off to a good start. But so far he hasn't let any kind of, if he's off form with a boot, he hasn't let it affect his general play. That's a good thing about Jonathan Sexton. He still maintains that confidence about his general play.
Stephen Jones restarts. David Wallace again, busy already. Sexton, Tommy Bowe into midfield, and Wales again missed the tackles. Sexton on his own. Brian O'Driscoll, sorry, Gordon Darcy knocks on.
Go green!
Wales have turned the ball over from that knock-on. Stephen Jones will probably want to keep this in play. Keith Earls.
Down. Red scrum, collapse more. Collapse more. Red scrum.
Collapsed maul, says Craig Joubert. Wales will have the put-in.
Well, Wales fortunate enough to get away with that. Didn't think they put an awful or enough on the chase there to close down Keith Earls, and Keith Earls running into a little bit of a blind alley. But again, Wales doing what they can't afford to do, and that's missing tackles. And Jamie Roberts, surprising to see him, the guy that missed the tackle on Tommy Bowe there.
Richie Rees to feed the scrimmage.
Touch.
The second
Can I please trust my call? Trust
area
my call.
of forward against forward in a collective. Ireland stole the first Welsh line-out. What will happen at the first Welsh scrum?
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Adam Jones against Cian Healy goes down on that side. No blame attached.
Bring it
Oh,
to the
Cian
please.
Healy
Bring
did
it
very
this
well
way.
there. His knee went to ground, but he got it up pretty quickly. Didn't want the referee thinking that he was the guy to go to ground first.
Here we go again. Cian Healy against Adam
Touch.
Jones.
Pause. Engage.
Solid for Wales. Good scrum. Lee Byrne. Wales trying to be sensible, and it works.
Yeah, but against aggressive Irish defence, Wales do that very well. I'm very impressed with them in the second half against France. Both the likes of Lee Byrne and James Hook really showed a great awareness of where the space was behind that French rush defence, and really opened them up in the second half. Need to just do that a little bit more in the first half.
Now then, a test for Rory Best. Can Wales challenge on the Irish throw? No. The master, Paul O'Connell, takes cleanly. O'Leary. Shane Williams waits, and off he goes. Floated pass. Lee Halfpenny is back, chased by Keith Earls. Good work by Earls. Ireland coming in from the side, but they had momentum at the ruck.
A little early sign of danger. If your kicks aren't spot on to Shane Williams, you give him the chance to counter-attack. Might be a little bit more accurate with those.
And that will be a huge relief to Lee Byrne. The penalty well drilled into touch. Against France, of course, he went for the corner from penalties and missed touch twice. One too long, one too short. Matthew Rees, second test for the Welsh line-out. Luke Charteris takes safely. Ball's gone backwards. Matthew Rees drives on.
Hey, green.
Bradley Davis, who played so well against France. Stephen Jones spotted the Irish rush defence, didn't risk the pass. And Wales get a simple penalty. So this is the start Wales wanted, not to gift tries to Ireland and to gain some points themselves. Simple penalty coming up.
Well, it was a much better line-out from Wales. There was much more movement there. Paul O'Connell wasn't able to read that one. There were a couple of decoy jumpers, and they get them clean ball.
Yeah.
Jonathan Sexton's just trying to stand Jones up in the tackle. The Irish shooter out of the line, forcing Jones to cut back in, but they've offended at that ruck, and that's given Wales the first chance to put points on the board. That's the kind of start they want.
I don't think their coach, Warren Gatland, would be unhappy if Wales were thoroughly boring for 40 minutes. Stephen Jones, accurate with the penalty. Wales go into the lead 3 points to nil, and just behind Stephen Jones. Here's the successful kick by Wales's outside half. Bradley Davis was having some attention. He's back on his feet and back ready to receive the kickoff, should it come his way. Ireland have split their forwards. Options either side. Sexton aims towards James Hook, who takes well, very well, feeds Bradley Davis.
Relax, Green.
Rees. Jordan Murphy. Again, the Welsh chase isn't furious. Murphy has time.
Fall out.
That could be straight out.
Yeah, I just think Jordan Murphy had nearly too much time there, because as you said, Eddie, there was very little chase. Wales concentrating on coming up on a line and not coming up in ones and twos. There was no real pressure on Jordan Murphy. There's a lot of space to his right. He nearly had too much time there.
Paul O'Connell, head of the Irish line-out operation. Matthew Rees throws, and Ireland steal it again. Keith Earls.
Well away, Red. No, 7 waits.
Lee Halfpenny waits, takes it well, scampers away from Donacrow. Callaghan, the second row, does well to hang on to some material. Jones.
Wait, Red, yeah.
Happy to keep Ireland back. Jordan Murphy and Keith Earls again. A little misunderstanding. It's difficult to hear any calls out there.
Well, on that occasion, the right, there's clearly nobody shouting for that. You would have thought Jordan Murphy would have been a clear shout, but he must have felt that it was so clearly his ball that Keith Earls wasn't going to come for it.
Matthew Rees trying to sort out the alignment, a sign of the tension already that Wales have. They've lost 2. This time they go long towards Gareth Delve, who takes it at the second bite, but at least it's possession for Wales through their number 8. Here's their second row, Bradley Davis. That's better, good little step by the second row. Rees, Jones, Jamie Roberts tries to get Wales going forward. It worked. They've earned a second penalty. This is certainly within the range of Lee Halfpenny. At the outer limit of Stephen Jones's range. Of course, there's always James Hook, who can kick as well. Options galore for Wales.
Yeah, well, they're not doing anything particularly wide or not playing particularly attractive rugby. They're playing simple rugby. It shouldn't be testing Ireland's defence, but Ireland are giving away the penalties, and that's probably what Gatland wants to see. He wants to see a little bit more structure to the first 20, the first 30 minutes, and they're getting the reward for that at the moment with opportunities.
Stephen Jones has chosen to take the kick himself. That's the 10-metre line, so it's a fair old distance given the angle. Just wide. The scoreboard remains on 3-0 to Wales. Jonathan Sexton again splits the forwards. Jonathan Thomas goes up for it.
Yep. More ball. No boots.
James Hook to Jamie Roberts. Gordon Darcy bounces off him and holds his head. Lee Byrne cuts inside, offloads to Lee Halfpenny, and it doesn't work. Knock on by Wales.
A bit of danger there for Ireland. Wales seem to have numbers on that short side.
Hey, Paul.
That was a good,
there's a lot of chat going on.
Good defence, man and ball, and Lee Byrne maybe just overran it a little bit. No, Ireland need to do something from this, because so far they've elected to kick a lot. Possession's been And territory, I'd argue, has been pretty large in Wales' favour, yeah. And Ireland have been giving the ball back to Wales, and some of the kicking has been a little bit too long, not enabling Ireland to put any pressure on the receiver.
One red going straight to ground.
Penalty against Paul James on the
straight to ground. One.
Welsh loosehead side. So here's a chance for Ireland to push their way into the Welsh half, have the throw at the line out.
Yeah, this is comfortable territory for Ireland now. This is where their composure, their confidence in the line will come in. They like to get lineouts in these positions, and you can be sure they're going to try and do something from this.
Paul O'Connell parks himself in the middle. Stephen Ferris in front of him. Jamie Heaslip behind him. They go long towards Heaslip, who wins. Earls is in midfield. Jamie Roberts wraps him up. Sexton to Cian Healy, the prop. Bradley Davis led the Welsh charge. Sexton. Martin Williams can't get him. Gordon Darcy. Tommy Bowe. Richie Rees came flying up. Healy again. Luke Charteris makes the tackle.
6 red! 6 red, same as 13 green, off your feet.
Penalty against Jonathan Thomas.
Exactly the same what 13 green did down there, stay on your feet.
Same offence.
Same offence, and Craig Joubert going out of his way to show his consistency.
Going post.
And that's better from Ireland. Yes, Paul O'Connell nearly getting himself into that accidental offside position, but and that's where Jonathan did. Thomas gives away the penalty. Now can Jonathan Sexton put his kicking right. It's not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination.
Ireland are playing into the breeze. It's not a wind, but there is a breeze blowing slightly across the field and behind Wales. So this is into a tricky wind, breeze rather. This to level the scores. We're all square at Crow Park, 3 apiece.
Much sweeter, straight between the posts that time.
Penalty for Ireland, scored by Jonathan Sexton.
Stephen Jones restarts straight down the middle. Paul O'Connell watches it bounce. Danger for Ireland here. They're in their own 22. But the backup to O'Connell worked well.
Thank you.
Well, that was a definite play by Tomás O'Leary, seeing that Ireland are maybe getting a bit of an edge on this Welsh line-out, and rather than just going for the box kick, which he has so far, it went straight to touch. As Basie said to Paul and his buddies, right, put a little bit more pressure on, we can win this one.
Matthew Rees to throw. A lot of movement at the tail and at the front. And Luke Charteris wins it. James Hook to Jamie Roberts. There's the power of Roberts.
13 green!
Brian O'Driscoll warned off by the referee, but the ball safely back for Wales. This is what they do. They like to stretch play all the way towards the touchline.
Good man.
Now they come back. James Hook.
13, let it go green!
Shane Williams, change of tactic, the little grubber to Jordan Murphy.
Red away!
Goes past his opposite number, Leeburn. Stephen Ferris. Stephen Jones brushed aside by the big Ulster forward. Chance now for Ireland. Keith Earls. Martin Williams gets something on Earls, if not entirely both his arms. Paul O'Connell. Sexton into Rory Best, the hooker. Healy and Ferris has gone backwards. Ireland scrape up the bits. Meanwhile, Gordon Darcy is having treatment. Shane Williams is back for Wales, slightly on his own. Lee Byrne is back there now. It's a sound clearance by Williams. Sexton. That could be, definitely is straight out. So Wales come away from their defensive operation with that advantage. Luckily for Lee Byrne, the whistle went just before he threw that. I think he's blown his whistle for the attention here to Gordon Darcy. Colin Jarvis down with Sonia.
Yeah, it just appears that neither team have had a great opportunity to sustain some pressure. Both have gone for 3 or 4 phases, and then it's either been a penalty or ball kicked away. What we need to see is teams really putting the pressure on the goal line.
Wales lose another line out. Inside pass, it's Tommy Bowe. Bowe goes on his own. Shane Williams was back there, and Wales give away the penalty. Shirt pulling.
Well, just as Colin says that, up comes Tommy Bowe, who's been conspicuous this particularly last game. And those angled runs coming from deep and off the inside shoulder of his out half or his scrum half, really, really difficult to pick up because he times them so well. That's the one. Yeah, beautiful little... And John Sexton's obviously so aware of that as well, and that's what you want to see. You want to see those little combinations, out half, blindside winger, scrum half, blindside winger, things like that that are really going to open up these defences.
The inside pass was made to Tommy Bowe. Gordon Darcy is that Gordon Darcy down?
Yes.
You can't see it there, but
yes, no, that's fine.
There's an Irish player there.
Right there where you are.
It is Gordon Darcy. And that looks like the end of play for the partner to Brian O'Driscoll.
Well, this will be interesting to see what Ireland decide to do from here. Will they bring Tommy Bowe into the centre? Rob Kearney on the wing. Rob Kearney's on. And it may well be Keith Earls has moved into the centre.
Sexton to put Ireland into the lead, does exactly that. Trouble at the Welsh line-out, Ireland into the lead. That's superbly taken by Jamie Roberts. It was a hanging kick, beautifully struck by Stephen Jones. Matthew Rees takes on Stephen Ferris. Chance for Wales to build up something here. Short ball, Jones to James Hook. Shane Williams couldn't quite get the pass away. Penalty advantage to Ireland. Wales hanging onto the ball, and Ireland has stolen it. A second loud blast from Craig Joubert. Promising attack by Wales, broke down. Ireland turned it over. Wales give away the penalty.
Deliberate and cynical, but
and Lee Byrne is in the bin.
Deliberate and cynical.
Well, Craig Joubert's described that as deliberate and cynical. In my opinion, that's the lesser of two evils of killing the ball. He wasn't killing an attack. He was killing a defensive ball for Ireland. Although Joubert has been very vocal today about warning players about going in off their feet and killing the ball, and maybe he's just had enough.
Here is Lee Byrne, the ball carrier.
Yes, it was Lee Byrne that was effectively turned over. And it's a bit of a blow to the ego when you get turned over, and the temptation really is to fight, to resist. Your head's telling you let it go, but it's so hard to do in those situations. He held on a bit long. I think that's harsh.
Donacro Callahan is the target, and the supplier, David Wallace, in midfield.
Run away, 7.
Ireland, 15 against 14. Keith Earls. Lee Halfpenny scampers back, gets away, but only into his own 22, wrapped up by Rob Kearney. Here's Gareth Delve, the Welsh number 8.
Run out, Green, 2. Taken back.
Well caught off his toes
Wait here,
by
Red,
James
wait here,
Hook.
Red.
Again, Wales not wanting to go near the touchline. Tommy Bowe. Gareth Delves waits. Beautifully taken by Delve. Shane Williams, a chance for Wales to run from deep. Lee Halfpenny outside James Hook. Halfpenny low and scuttling.
Advantage.
And again, Ireland strip Wales of possession. O'Leary. Shane Williams has to go back and watch it bounce. Danger now.
Advantage over.
Penalty coming Ireland's way.
Release.
Well,
Advantage.
they've taken that quickly.
And the reward for the quick penalty is a try for Keith Earls. Wales down to 14, and in some disarray, Ireland hit them hard through their winger.
Well, that's what Ireland have done. They've repeated what they did against England. They've not had the most of territorial possession, but when an opportunity presents itself, they take it with both hands. And it's Keith Earls again. It's really been the only difference between the two sides. Moved very, very quickly, and that was a great line by Keith Earls, because Bran O'Driscoll running a little bit sideways, it was inviting Keith Earls to take that line, and he cut right back against that Welsh defence. So strength in the tackle to stretch and roll. Well taken.
Time is off.
It came from a very good kick into the Welsh 22. Shane Williams facing the wrong way, couldn't catch it on the full, and the bounce worked in Ireland's favour, as it often does. Ball bouncing in the 22, unclaimed, tends to favour the attacking side. Ireland get the penalty, strike for the try. Declan Kidney in the middle, looking down, but he'll be happy enough. It wasn't a great start by Ireland, but they seem
Sorry,
fully
didn't get any of that. Slow
themselves
down.
now.
Yeah, watch you talk slowly. Okay, fair, thanks.
It's his 4th shot at goal. Sexton missed his first, but nothing since. Ooh. The hook is back.
That was a very, very jerky strike. And he's kind of looking down at the ground in disgust with himself. It was a very, very quick strike, a real pull. He won't be happy with that.
This kickoff has worked well for Wales towards the middle of the field. It's Kearney against
Run
Roberts.
away, Red.
And Jamie Roberts is ordered away by Craig Joubert. Now here's Jamie Heaslip. Martin Williams trying to drag him towards the
7
touchline.
red.
Heaslip stays in play.
Wait here. Come on.
Oh, again,
Back
Wales
off Green. Line out. Back
not
off Green.
at all convincing under the ball coming out of the sky.
Well, it was a much better kick by Tomas O'Leary on that occasion. It gave Brian O'Driscoll on that occasion the opportunity to get up and in the air and challenge for that one.
Wales throw at the line out, not necessarily a good thing. Ooh. And Jonathan Thomas wins it without jumping. But it is possession for Wales, and it is
Obstruction.
it's obstruction by Wales, so nothing going right at all for Wales. Penalty to Ireland.
Well, 7 penalties conceded by Wales and 3 by Ireland.
Again to him, let's go to the
4 of them, though, in their own half. Yeah, and the Welsh line, it just doesn't look that settled and confident, does it? The ball being won, as you said, Eddie, by Jonathan Thomas standing still, so that points to a little bit of miscommunication or misorganisation, and Ireland able to defend that well on the ground.
David Wallace receiving attention.
Yes, play on.
While he's down, Ireland taking their time about reaching the set piece.
Yep. Right, let's go on this one.
2, 3, 6.
Ireland have just 5 in the line out. O'Callaghan wins it. Ferris closes in on him. Rory Best now has the ball. Paul O'Connell breaks off. Good offload to Thomas O'Leary. O'Leary against Halfpenny. O'Leary scores Ireland's second try. And again, it's while Wales are down to 14 that they're suffering in the Six Nations. A second try for Ireland. And they are in full control. And it's the same old story for Wales, making life so hard for themselves.
Yeah, but you can see Paul O'Connell getting an awful lot of head pats from his teammates as he was walking back to the halfway line there. It was the offload and the tackle, and there's nobody there. I don't really know where Richie Rees was, but he'd taken his eye off Tomas O'Leary. Maybe he was waiting for Tommy Bowe or somebody coming in, because that was soft, and that should have been defended by Wales.
It is simply amazing how Wales have performed in this Six Nations in the first half. Player off against England, concede 17 points. Lee Byrne here at Croke Park goes off. They've leaked 2 tries. They're either giving interception tries or they're struggling while there's a player in the bin. Jonathan Sexton has now introduced a fade.
Yes, he's clearly struggling just to get that right. His timing is off at the moment. As you said, Eddie, the last one was a pull. He's faded that one. That was probably not the one that he wants to find his confidence back on. But again, Tomas O'Leary had only one thing in mind there. He knew he was going to make the line. He had confidence in his own ability and strength to ride that tackle from Lee Halfpenny.
Paul O'Connell, oh, he's done it again. He seems to be in soaring form today, O'Connell. That's a huge kick by Jonathan Sexton towards James Hook. Rob Kearney. O'Leary, and there seems to be a lot of space for the Irish support runners. And again, they've got numbers on this far side. Shane Williams tracking back against Kearney, and the little winger did well there because Ireland, again, had the numbers. Wales get the penalty. Martin Williams wants to take it quickly.
Green number 9, sealing off, going to ground.
Penalty against O'Leary.
Well, O'Leary there penalised for sealing off, going to ground. Craig Joubert, I thought that penalty against Wales, which led to the first Irish try, was a little bit unfair. That's where O'Leary was sealing off. If he hadn't have turned his back on that and was obviously facing the ball, it's as much as the body language gave that a penalty away as it was the offence itself, I think.
Wales haven't made much ground, and they have a line out. And you can almost see Paul O'Connell licking his lips. long towards the tail. Delve got a hand to it, but Ireland pick up the bouncing ball.
Onside.
Ferris
Run away,
comes
7.
away with it. Brian O'Driscoll goes in and changes the tactic. The bounce is all important. This time it works for James Hook. O'Driscoll with the follow-up. Hook in trouble. Oh, Wales get the penalty.
Let go and get your feet.
Well, again, Craig Joubert, that's down to interpretation. He doesn't like, he's very, very strong on whether the defender is on or off his feet. Now, is Brian O'Driscoll on his feet? I thought he was on his feet.
Right.
Brian O'Driscoll, I'm sure, thought he was on his feet, but it's not the first time he said that to Brian O'Driscoll. He's been, and it's probably because O'Driscoll puts himself in that position so often. But it's something the players are going to have to play and respond to. If that's the way he's going to referee it, he's shown that he's been very, very consistent today.
Wales are back to 15. Number 15 is back on. Wales win their line-out. Hook.
7.
Matthew Rees.
Run away, Green.
Bradley Davis.
Run away, Green tackler.
Wales right towards the touchline. Lee Halfpenny driven on by Jonathan Thomas, Gareth Delve, Luke Charteris, all 6'9" of him. Now comes the change of direction. Shane Williams, the returning Lee Byrne.
Finally, Green. 11.
Bradley Davis, good angle by the second row. Promising for Wales. More patience in this build-up. Charteris still. Stephen Jones, the inside pass is on to Matthew Rees. Gets away from John Hayes. Clever Welsh hands. Richie Rees and Stephen Jones. No knock on.
Run away, Green.
It's there for Richie Rees. The other Rees, Matthew. Gareth Delve takes on Paul O'Connell. 5 metres short, Wales. Shane Williams. Jamie Roberts is going to score, held just short.
7.
Wales pressing, Matthew Rees again. The switch of play now, Shane Williams. Penalty against Ireland. Wales will get something from their most promising attack. Lee Byrne returns. Wales are back in the game.
Well, that 5 metre line acted as a really good marker for Craig Joubert, and Keith Earls was just the wrong side of it.
Multiple occasions where they're quick.
Well, a little bit too obvious. Ireland won't be overly disappointed at giving up 3 points, because so easily have given up 5 or 7 there.
Stephen Jones' second penalty. Wales up to 6. Ireland have 16. 10-point advantage.
Ireland 16, Wales 6.
And again, Ireland very measured about coming up to restart situations. They control the line out. And they're very deliberate about what they're going to do from this restart. With their split forwards, height off the restart. Luke Charteris goes up, takes it well.
Let's find out to Rack Green. 5.
Tomas O'Leary has dropped back for Ireland to cover the chip kick by Richie Rees. Lee Halfpenny went up for it. And the throw is going to be Ireland's.
Well, that's what Ireland are really trying to achieve. They're trying to achieve some kind of field position, maybe a set piece, a line out in the Welsh half. So far, Wales have dealt pretty well with those split kickoffs, and if anything, I think Wales's restarts have probably been a little bit better. Some really good kicking by Stephen Jones now. This is where Ireland like to be.
Wales steal an Irish line out. Jonathan Thomas at the tail.
Move away, move away. And all the way back, all the way back.
Lee Halfpenny sets off in pursuit again. Jordan Murphy tackled by Halfpenny, but Ireland's fullback now standing on the wing did well. Bow and Sexton work a loop. Here's Brian O'Driscoll, not his best pass, but it works well for Keith Earls, and Earls has done ever so well, and it's under control, and Carney can't control it, and the ball beats Keith Earls, the try scorer. But real danger from the Irish counter-attackers there.
Well, it was a rare poor pass from Brian O'Driscoll, but it was wonderful feeding, I should say, off the foot into his hand by Keith Earls. Has enough pace to get by, and the kick was the right option. Just would not sit up for Rob Kearney, though.
The whistle has gone for half-time. Ireland come off happy enough. They lead by 16 points to 6.
Well, we enjoyed that first half, didn't we? It was all about Brian O'Driscoll, the final
Approach. That gap's going to get bigger. They've got to change something, and it's got to start with possession, the line out, mix it up.
Knock on by Ireland from the restart. We'll have a scrum. Chance for the Irish scrimmage to put some pressure on Wales. The Irish line-out has certainly gone well so far. Paul O'Connell is just having one of those dream days. His work in the line-out has extended into open play.
Touch, pause, engage.
Richie Rees feeds a very good-looking Welsh scrum. Gareth Dell protects it for him. Stephen Jones, territory first. Rob Kearney, who came on as a replacement in the first half for Gordon Darcy. Leeburn climbs and catches superbly and offloads to Richie Rees. Jamie Roberts. Good strength by Roberts. Stephen Jones again takes play into the Irish half. Jonathan Sexton. Simple mark if he wants it for Stephen Jones. He does. And then gets play back underway. Tomas O'Leary, try scorer in the first half, to Kearney. Lee Halfpenny. Leeburn. Tommy Bow retrieves.
Play on.
Bradley Davis caught Tommy Bow. Play on, says the referee. Stephen Jones twists, turns, delivers on the floor. Shane Williams. There's only Jamie Roberts outside him, a long way away.
Run away, 6.
Martin Williams. Ooh. Well, that's a sensible thing for the wing forward. He wasn't expecting that. Kearney.
Wait here.
A limping Lee Byrne in possession. Not limping now, he's chasing this hard. Jordan Murphy makes the mark.
Okay, thank you.
Just before Lee Byrne arrives.
Well, a very cagey opening to the second half, and both teams, nobody really want to counter off that kicking, and now we get to a set piece where Jordan Murphy gets to touch, and that'll probably be what Ireland would want to see, not what Wales want to see, clearly.
Lee Byrne, well, he's rubbing his knee there, but he's had foot trouble going back to the Lions tour and beyond that, really.
5.
Wales win the line out. Paul James drives on.
Pillars.
Jonathan Thomas.
5, green away.
Stephen Jones to Bradley Davis, always a willing ball carrier. Delivers. Jones, Roberts through O'Driscoll. Sexton got back to make the tackle. Richie Rees, Gareth Delve, penalty advantage to Wales. Luke Charteris. Stephen Jones, James Hook. Hook against Rory Best. Donacrow Callaghan helps the hooker. Stephen Jones, Jonathan Thomas had stopped, but now delivers. Gareth Delve.
Advantage over.
Advantage over.
Run away, 2 green.
Shane Williams. Saw he was up against Cian Healy, the prop. Matthew Rees. It's there for Richie Rees. Hook. Again, Welsh ball carrier just hesitates before contact. Ireland have turned it their way. And Wales get the put in.
Ball is trapped, really going forward.
Well, Ireland and the Irish crowd not particularly pleased with that, but I think Ireland have taken their foot off the pedal a little bit. They're allowing Wales to play far too much rugby. That sequence of kicks, they didn't really want to do anything with it. They were just giving possession back to Wales. And Wales have got a little bit of momentum. You can sense they've got their tails up at the moment. That's where the ball seems to have been won, but Craig Joubert didn't see it that way. No, it's a good position for Wales. Sorry, Eddie.
It's okay, Philip, here we are. It is a very promising position. The Welsh scrummage has been good. Paul James against John Hayes here.
There's the mark, come up a bit, Green. Come closer. I'm happy. Crouch. Touch. Pause, engage.
It's another good Welsh scrum. Very good.
Binding.
Richie Rees goes on his own. Inside to Gareth Delve, who can't get the try-scoring pass to Martin Williams, but he does deliver. And here it is for Luke Charteris. And Ireland have turned it illegally. Penalty to Wales.
Number one's involved in bringing the guy to ground. He's got to release him.
Cian Healy.
Well, again, I think Ireland allowing Wales to play far too much rugby. And if Wales come away with this...
No, they've gone for the scrummage.
Yeah, that's what Wales need to do. 3 points and that would have let Ireland off the hook. Wales need to go for 7 here. It's psychological as much as anything else. That'll make a big impression on that scoreboard if they can get 7 out of this. Look at that, 22, 0 ball 1 in the opponent's 22, but Wales 16. The stats would suggest that the scoreboard should be the other way around.
Touch, pause, engage.
We shall reset.
I'm just going back to that stat because Ireland have been attacking from outside that 22 for their tries. Wales have spent a lot of time in Ireland's 22, but really haven't been able to take their chances.
This is their best situation. It's their better set piece, the scrimmage.
Pause, engage.
Ireland have turned it slightly. Penalty, Wales. Another scrum?
You have to go for another scrum. Wales must come away with 7 points here, or at least 5. They've got to score.
That's the Irish goal line. We're 15 metres in from the touchline, and the Welsh backs stretched across the field. And the referee, Craig Joubert of South Africa, still not happy.
Both hookers, come here, please. Time is off. I need you to trust my engagement. I make no apologies for the fact it is slow. Let's do it better, please. Red scrum.
Instructions from Craig Joubert, delivered slowly.
Crouch. touch, pause, engage.
It's gone down without fault, says the referee. Ireland seem to have a little
Come here, please, come
nudge
here.
forward.
Well, I think this is helping Ireland. It's just going to be putting a
Chris, can you
little
watch
bit of
this
an
side for
edge
me?
and a bit of the nerves on this Welsh attack. They know they've got to make the most of this, and these repeated scrums, assuming Ireland can hold their own, just going to put a little bit more pressure on
Touch.
Wales.
Touch, pause, engage.
This time the referee goes around to Adam Jones's side. Oh, Wales have to get that ball back quickly.
Play on.
Ireland come away with it. Huge psychological gain here for Ireland. They drill the ball into touch. And the set piece that had been going for Wales has been taken apart by the Irish forwards.
And that was the best struck ball out of hand or from the floor from Jonathan Sexton all day. Wonderful spiral. And that could be just a little turning point because the momentum was really building with Wales, and Ireland should have got a little shock there. They can't afford to give the initiative back to Wales. They've got to maintain the initiative they established in the first half.
Jonathan Thomas off the top of the line-out. Roberts into Brian O'Driscoll. Keith Earls helps bring the big Welsh centre down. Lee Byrne from fullback against forwards. And Wales back on the attack. Gareth Delve.
Two green.
Chance for Wales. Irishman down injured. Stephen Jones twists, turns. Hayes and O'Callaghan bring down the outside half. Bradley Davis. And Bradley Davis spills it. Stephen Ferris comes away with it. Keith Earls. Lee Byrne not running freely, has to go back. Shane Williams inside him. And Lee Byrne will give away the penalty, deliberately throwing the ball away.
Ball into touch.
Well, he didn't throw the ball into touch. He took the ball into
There's
touch.
a green man standing right over you, chucked it into touch. Penalty.
Well, he took it into touch and then he threw it away. So you're right, Eddie, it wasn't throwing the ball into touch, it was throwing the ball away, which is pretty much the same as holding on to possession and not allowing Ireland to take the quick line out. And that's what the penalty is for, a soft penalty though, and that complete switch, both in play and momentum, is bad enough for Wales, but they've given
No, time is on.
Jonathan
We've got the
Sexton
penalty. If need be, I'll
a chance to
stop
put another
afterwards.
3 points onto that lead.
The man winning today his 100th cap has taken his customary bump. It wouldn't be a test match if he didn't have some attention.
Though, as Colin was saying, he's had a lot of attention from the opposition, but he had quite a bit of attention from Craig Joubert as well.
Ireland have been under the cosh all second half, and here they are with a chance to extend their lead. Mind you, Jonathan Sexton's kicks have been going anywhere. That one goes straight through the middle. 19 points to 6.
Well, Warren Gatland would have been happy enough with the start. He won't be happy with that passage of play. The turned over scrum, the loss of 60 metres, and the concession of a soft penalty.
Stephen Jones restarts, and red shirts can challenge for this. Paul O'Connell couldn't take it. Wales are in possession. James Hook. They've done well at the restarts, Wales. Luke Charteris into Matthew Rees. So the pattern of the second half is Wales in possession. Bradley Davis. This time it's a Welsh
Offside,
penalty,
short side.
Ireland offside.
Thanks.
Now what do they do?
Short side, last man's feet.
Well, if you had a reliable line-out, you might go to the corner, but I can't see them doing that. I'd say they're going to have to take the 3 points, maybe make up for that concession. Although it's not the easiest of kicks out there on the touchline. Yeah, looks like he is going for the line out.
Stephen Jones for a line out 10, 15 metres from the Irish line.
Lost 4 to 7 Wales so far. Ireland only had 4 lineouts. They've won 3 of those.
Luke Charteris takes the ball. They'll have to stay clear of that touchline. It's come back to Richie Rees. Jamie Roberts on his own. And staying on his own. Ireland, again, it's that interpretation that the tackler has to release before he can go for the ball.
Brian, just come here.
Okay. There's Brian O'Driscoll in, holding him up. David Wallace goes to work now.
Clarification on exactly that this week. If you're involved in bringing a guy to ground, you're obligated to release him before you go back. And you're not doing that on multiple occasions, Brian. I need you to take that message.
Well, that was the point that Colin Jarvis was making at half-time, is that if you're involved in bringing a player to ground, you've got to release him before you can try to win the ball. It's a contentious one, and it's something that Brian O'Driscoll has been struggling with all day, and on that occasion, so too David Wallace.
Stephen Jones to provide Wales's first points of the second half. 19 points to 9. They've had all the ball, and their first reward for all that possession.
Number 10, Stephen Jones. Ireland 19, Wales 9.
Interesting to see where Jonathan Sexton puts this restart. He's going towards the bulk of the forwards. Bradley Davis goes up and takes it well. Rob Kearney. Sexton. Lee Byrne. He doesn't look comfortable, Lee Byrne, whether he's running or kicking.
No, he doesn't, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ireland tried to make a little bit more of that. And if I was Warren Gatland, I'd be thinking about taking him off, because that could be a bit of a liability.
Ireland in the Welsh half. Hasn't happened much in this second half, but Paul O'Connell wins line-out ball.
Bound in a more fine. Now let it go, Red. 4. Onside your Red, wait.
Jamie Heaslip picks up. Stephen Ferris, likewise.
Run away, 6.
O'Callaghan to Wallace. Thomas O'Leary, Sexton, a tester for Shane Williams and Lee Byrne as Tommy Bowe arrives. Byrne got a hand to it. Shane Williams can break out now. Doesn't really want to find touch, and Jordan Murphy had it covered. Sexton puts it back
Green 5.
towards the corner, and Lee Byrne points downfield, straight out, advantage Wales.
Well, I think Declan Kidney may well be thinking about a change at out half. He's not having a happy day with ball from the boot, is Jonathan Sexton. He's frustrated with himself as well.
Again, you can see Lee Byrne not going up for the ball. He's not in good physical shape, Lee Byrne. Replacement hooker on for Wales. Hugh Bennett, his first throw. Jonathan Thomas has sort of taken over the jumping duties, and it's working. Jamie Roberts, prominent again. Good ball delivered for Wales. Lee Byrne. Lee Halfpenny. Hook goes in to deliver. Adam Jones, an unlikely scrum half. Good enough pass. Bradley Davis. Paul O'Connell tries to hold him up.
Counteract is fine.
It's there for Rees. Jonathan Thomas.
Let it go to Green.
Wales right in the middle of the field. Chartres. Penalty against Wales.
8 and 5 are arriving players. They've got all rights to the ball. Holding on, 8 and 5, arriving players, all rights to the ball.
Well, that's heartbreaking for Wales. They're building up a bit of momentum there. And there's good composure from the Irish defence. They were just taking the tackles, remained patient, and another 50-metre loss.
Nothing wrong with that kick. Wales right back towards their 22. They still have a huge possession advantage and territorial advantage. Rory Best still having attention. Bradley Davis, bottom of the picture there, is coming off the field. Ian Goff has come on. Just looking at who Ireland have. There's Bradley Davis coming off. Rory Best is having attention. Paul O'Connell is having attention. Best looks the more serious of the two.
Oh, they'll be very keen to retain Rory Best. There'll be a difficult time for Sean Cronin coming in, just as they've established some decent, consistent possession of the line working pretty well. They won't want to see that change.
Here's Rory Best taking his position as the thrower. Paul O'Connell comes into the line out. The caller, there's Ian Goff, fresh on the field. Donegal O'Callaghan down to Tomas O'Leary. Here's O'Leary again, and O'Leary's having one of those games, and Keith Earls is going to be in for his second try. Is he? He is. Shane Williams can't tackle him. Ireland strike through Keith Earls.
Well, Keith Earls is getting all the plaudits, but you've got to say that Tomas O'Leary, yet again, is the guy that's committing players and breaking. Look at that. I mean, it was a poor enough pass, but he takes that second one. He's like an extra centre, Tomas O'Leary, at times. He's the one that makes that break. It's his strength and his pace. That's why Declan Kidney has got him on the team. It offers this team so much more. Keith Earls, tremendous finisher. He's got all the pace. With ball in hand, he's one of the best young and up-and-coming three-quarters around at the moment.
He is. 2 tries for Keith Earls. He is having attention, as is Shane Williams, who seemed to do his shoulder in the attempt to stop the try. In fact, Shane Williams is back on his feet. It's Lee Halfpenny. Shane Williams did hurt his shoulder, but this is Jonathan Sexton, who's trying to add the conversion from the touchline. All sorts of people wandering in front of him. No, the draw is back, unconverted. The try remains, but it's a very good-looking picture on the scoreboard for Ireland. They lead by 24 points to 9.
Well, yet again, Ireland get field position, and they're clinical in taking their chances. Not only about taking them, but making them as well. Because what they're doing is very, very difficult to defend against. And I see Declan Kidney's influence all over that, using what worked against England, particularly with Tomas O'Leary, doing the unpredictable.
Lee Halfpenny back in the action.
Thank you.
Ireland safely take the restart.
Yes, ball is out.
Sexton.
And it's taken back, Waddy.
Oh, Lieburn catches it just.
Fall out, Red, fall out, Red.
Byrne follows up with a tackle on Sexton, and there's O'Leary. Had a wonderful game. Paul O'Connell's had a wonderful game. Tomas O'Leary has been in the thick of everything, going both ways. Hook. Plenty of Welsh attacking play in this second half. There's the number 8, Gareth Delve. 20 on for Wales. Dwayne Peel at scrum half.
Run away, Green!
Here is the Sale player. Oh, fires one at Stephen Jones. James Hook. Ireland turned it over, but illegally.
Put it down, put it down.
The penalty count against
the
Ireland
arriving
must
player,
be
you were
very
found to
high
play
in the
it, and then you
second
went off
half,
your
and
feet.
given that Lee Byrne was yellow carded in the first, Stephen Jones going for the 3 points.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably the right option by Wales, but you're right, Eddie. There were a couple of harsh penalties, and I think that yellow card against Lee Byrne was pretty harsh. Ireland, in many ways, are being incentivised to give away those penalties. They'd much rather concede 3 points than a better attacking position and giving Wales any more momentum. 3 points just stops that momentum again. They can go to a kick-off and maybe get possession back themselves. Not long before Craig Joubert, maybe if this persists, he might start showing a little bit more yellow.
Wales are up to 12. Ireland are twice that, 24. But 17 minutes to go. Plenty of time for Wales to score 12 points. The trouble is that Ireland, when they attack, look very threatening. Wales want to make another change. Andrew Bishop
Yeah, time is off. Time
is
is off.
coming on for Wales. There's in the red top, Sean Edwards. Bishop is coming on, and it is Lee Byrne who's coming off.
Andrew Bishop replacing number 15, Lee Byrne.
Ian Goff takes the catch. Dwayne Peel. Shane Williams chasing. Rob Kearney catching.
Run away, Red!
Sexton. Earls attacks the ball and Hook and finds himself handed off. Luke Charteris.
4!
Jones, Hook, Shane Williams,
1.
Jamie Roberts inside him.
Clear away, Green. Clear your legs, good man. 1 Green at the side.
Ireland
Pillar.
offside. Dwayne Peel takes it quickly.
Play on, everyone's 10.
Stephen Jones on his shoulder.
Run away, Green!
Paul O'Connell makes the tackle.
Right, 3.
The ball will
Okay,
come
9.
back to Dwayne Peel. The new player, Andrew Bishop. Adam Jones. Luke Charteris.
Let it go to Green, Rock!
Oh, again, Dwayne Peel makes Stephen Jones reach high for the pass. Andrew Bishop, Jamie Roberts on the angle, Brian O'Driscoll with the tackle. Jones, Shane Williams. Oh, Rory Best went for the interception, very nearly came off for him.
Green line up, back off Red.
It's going to be an Irish throw at the line out.
Well, it was all a little bit lateral by Wales there, never really testing the Irish defence. They need some runners really to run a little bit straighter, get beyond that gain line in support and get Ireland on the back foot.
I think Stephen Ferris takes a clout on the head here. He does. Andrew Bishop coming in. Stephen Ferris takes one on the temple. He does find himself in the war, Stephen Ferris.
He does. He's what some players might, well, some people might consider to be injury prone, but I suppose he plays so much of the game in that zone where he's putting his body on the line, and it's interrupted what I think would be an even better career had he managed to stay more injury free.
Colin Jarvis on the touchline.
Yeah, it seems difficult times for Wales at the moment. They don't seem to be able to get any sustained momentum. Maybe that the fact that the Irish are defending so well, if there had have maybe been a yellow card with all the penalties at the breakdown, that could have helped Wales. But seeing Martin Williams come off now, I'm not saying that the guy's looking a bit too tired, but we need an injection of pace, and maybe Sam Warburton can do that.
Sam Warburton comes on into the Welsh back row. And this is the first of today's game, Scotland-England, the Calcutta match, live on BBC One, and after it, via the red button, the Six Nations Forum. If you have anything to say on this game, feel free. Ireland safely take the line out through Paul O'Connell, and two wonderful performances today, one by Tomás O'Leary at scrum half, the other by this ball carrier, now Paul O'Connell. Here's Ferris, back right in the thick of it.
Run away, 6!
O'Leary, Tommy Bowe chases and wins, does he? Now there's a scrap for the ball on the floor. And Shane Williams actually did very well against Tommy Bowe there. It's back for Stephen Jones. Hook, halfpenny. Andrew Bishop.
Time green.
Jonathan Thomas
Don't
leaves
put
it
him in.
for Stephen Jones.
Don't put him
Stephen
in.
Ferris pulls the scrum half in and gives away the penalty. Luke Charters. Jonathan Thomas to James Hook. Oh. Mistakes creeping into the game by Wales. The kick again for Rob Kearney to chase against Shane Williams this time. Shane Williams one-on-one. Simple enough for Tomás O'Leary, and then a mistake by him. Well, that's not the not a passage of play that either team will stick in the portfolio.
It's the first mistake he's made. Nobody can stop this man when he's got you one-on-one. Now, Tomás O'Leary just needed to look left there, sling that ball wide, and Ireland were on the counter, we're in loads of space. He knows it now.
12 minutes for Wales to do something to turn what has been a very disappointing, disjointed performance into something special. Not much happening in midfield. Stephen Jones and Jamie Roberts. Andrew Bishop. Hook.
Step by!
Shane Williams did well to get away from the uprushing Brian O'Driscoll.
Advantage green, lost forward.
And Wales have lost it again at the breakdown situation. And Cian Healy fires out a pass that turns into a little cracker for Tomás O'Leary. The ball's gone to Lee Halfpenny, and the referee waves play on.
Now let it go green.
So it's a turnover to Wales this time. That's it. Something is on here if they can move it to the left through Jonathan Thomas. Andrew Bishop, Jamie Roberts, Brian O'Driscoll thumps him down. It's there for Stephen Jones. Adam Jones. Brian O'Driscoll stationary now, hands on his head, took a clout while delivering one. Dwayne Peel held up by Donnacha O'Callaghan and Tomás O'Leary, but they were offside. And again, well, Ireland are so often offside that the referee, he might do something about it now. He's having to walk a long way away to find Brian O'Driscoll.
Hey, look, these guys are chasing the game. I'm not going to allow penalties to slow the game down continuously. Have a word.
Yeah, probably not before time. And one thing that Craig Joubert has done is he's been very consistent. I absolutely agree with his line in terms of enforcing the offside line, but I think that all referees need to do that, because it's certainly most teams, I would say, are guilty of stepping right up and beyond the ruck in their effort to kind of defend the other side. And Joubert has made a really good mark here today, and you just love to see other referees doing the same.
Safely into touch from Stephen Jones. Line out on the 22. Hugh Bennett, the replacement hooker, has to find the target. He has new jumpers in Ian Goff, and it's Jonathan Thomas again who calls it to himself and wins it.
That's fine. Now let it go, ruck.
Adam Jones into Paul
Run
O'Connell.
away, 5, green.
Paul James. Again, Stephen Jones reaches for it. Shane Williams. James Hook came on the angle, but the ball was forward.
Yeah, there's a big shout from somebody there. Joubert seemed to react a little bit slow, you would have thought.
Just checking with his touch judge.
Here comes the forward pass. Yeah,
No, don't take
it was the right idea, but James Hook just overran it a little bit.
I'm happy. Touch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Stand up. Get a better bounce. Move it off me, please. Yeah. Wait here. Step up, please. Step up. Better. Touch. Hey. No wasting time,
Well,
please.
this is eating into the closing minutes.
Stay here. Step up. Step up. Step up. You come up. Touch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Penalty to Wales against John Hayes for turning in.
Well, you could hear Wales going for that 1-2-3-4 was then putting a lot of pressure, putting a little bit of shove on Tomas O'Leary's feet.
Yes.
And that's where the pressure came on. And John Hayes had to go to ground.
Stephen Jones heading for the corner. Time is running out. They have to score 2 tries. 12 points adrift. Andrew Bishop receives his instructions. Luke Charteris wins the line out. Wales trying to tie in a few of the green forwards. Clear some space behind. Gareth Bell. Penalty against Wales.
Put it down. Number 2 is the arriving player, all rights to the ball. Holding on. Number 2 is the arriving player, all rights to the ball.
Gareth Bell's just a little bit isolated there. And that's what Wales are doing. They're just losing that ball or giving away the penalty in key positions. It's what Ireland, when they've had the chances, they haven't done that. They've maintained their composure and taken their chances.
Ireland relieve the pressure. They'll have a throw in and they'll have some fresh legs amongst the forwards. Tony Buckley is poised to come on as one of the star performers today. It'll be John Hayes who goes off.
Well, look at that ovation. Never less than 100% from John Hayes. Real favourite with the crowd here. Both Welsh and Irish supporters giving him a great ovation. And this is Declan Kidney really trying to get Tony Buckley into this for the next World Cup. This is a transition unfolding in front of your eyes.
Paul O'Connell did well to win the line out, and they've through David Wallace, they keep the ball alive. Here is the mighty Buckley of Munster. Brian O'Driscoll of Leinster. Well, that hands the advantage back to Wales.
Yes, it's a bit of a frustrating day for his 100th. Yeah, oh, look at that, 181 passes Wales have completed, Ireland 85. The difference being Ireland have made their 85 count, haven't they?
They have. 2 tries for Keith Earls. Oh, Thomas O'Leary, and again it's confusion for Wales. Nothing is working for them. Jamie Heaslett.
Fine, ball is out.
Brian O'Driscoll, Tommy Bowe.
Not held, play on, move
Very
away.
close to a clean breakthrough again. Sexton to Rob Carney, tackled by Lee Halfpenny.
Back Tom.
David Wallace, excellent runner with the ball. Wallace offloads to Paul O'Connell, who's had a superb day. Sexton, Tommy Bowe, Sexton on the loop. Wallace again. Jordan Murphy, Brian O'Driscoll going the long way round, but only into a tackle area. Jonathan Sexton. That'll do nicely to round things off for Ireland. 27 points to 12. The gap opens up to 15 points. Wales would have to score 3 converted tries.
Well, that took guts from a young guy who's not had a happy day with his place kicking. Maybe he's more confident with a drop goal than he is with his conversions and his penalty attempts, but that took guts. Particularly as Ireland could have expected maybe to come away with more, but he did it and he executed well. Well done, Jonathan Sexton.
Oh, Paul O'Connell drops his first ball of the day.
Fine. Red 9.
Just looking at the changes made by Ireland in these closing minutes.
Substitution for Wales under 17, Reece Gill has replaced number 1, Paul James.
One thing he doesn't lack, that young man, is confidence and belief in himself. He'll give himself a hard time again today about the missed penalties, but he'll put that right.
Red on chasing the game, I don't mind.
Got great attitude though for such a young man.
Hugh Bennett, Wales have shortened the line out. Oh, gee, that's not straight. It's a very disappointing time for Wales. This last quarter for them, nothing has happened. 17. Reece Gill is on for Wales. The Saracens prop.
9 and 6. 9 and 6.
Thomas O'Leary is heading towards the touchline. What a fine day's work he's had. Off goes Thomas O'Leary, the RBS Six Nations man of the match.
Well, fully deserved. He's been very influential today, particularly in tries, and that's where really Ireland have won this game, is that they've taken their opportunities, and he's been a very big part of that.
Shane Jennings is on for Ireland. Owen Redden at scrum half. Jennings into the back row. And Ronan O'Gara is on too. Andrew Bishop recovers the ball for Wales. Dwayne Peel to Stephen Jones. Shane Williams. Williams against Tommy Bowe. Rob Carney comes across, puts a big left boot to it. Wales will not have the line out. Chris White, the touch judge, saying it was already out.
It's been very, very difficult afternoon for Wales. Try as they have, They've had a lot of the possession and a lot of the territory, but psychologically they're looking like a beaten team because Ireland have just simply been too clinical for them today.
Jamie Heaslip with the take. And Ireland just shutting the game down with a forward drive up to the 22. This could go on. The cheek of it up to the 80 minutes. The Irish forward, full of experience, won't let Wales have a sniff of this ball now. Oh, having said that, there's a chance for Shane Williams to catch it and lose it. Sean Cronin, the hooker, takes over. And that was Jamie Roberts coming flying in. He's hurt himself in the tackle on Jordan Murphy. Last chance for Gareth Delve.
Right, thanks, got that.
We're into overtime. Shane Williams looks up and sees a line of Irish defenders who are all offside. So here goes Dwayne Field with the penalty. Luke Charteris gets away from Tony Buckley. Stephen Jones, James Hook. Hook passes the ball out of play, and that sums up Wales really today. Whistle will go. It's been a bad day for Wales at Croke Park. They came here as the only side Ireland hadn't beaten in this stadium. Well, they have now, and in some style. The final score here in Dublin: Ireland 27, Wales 12.
Just two words for that, and that's clinical Ireland.
So in the end, even